in today's class, we'll discuss the leftover part of the revision of the lower limb. Okay, so last time we have discussed till to the which part? We have discussed front of the thigh, medial side of the thigh, and gluteal region. So in today's class, I'm starting revising from the this one back of the thigh, and then we'll go downwards into the leg as well as into the foot. So today we'll complete the revision of the gross anatomy of lower limb. Okay. So in the gluteal region, what are the very important things for the sporters? I'm telling here one by one. So here in this diagram, you can see gluteal region. So here, see, this one is the gluteal region. I think you can make it out very easily without any doubt. Everybody can make it out. So this region is the gluteal region, isn't it? And the skin, fascia, everything of this region is removed. So after removing the skin and the fascia, you can see the muscle. The largest muscle of the gluteal region, which is visible now in this diagram, is the gluteus maximus. So this muscle is the gluteus maximus. Any flap, it can be pointed. See, this is also gluteus maximus, and it is pointed here. This is also the gluteus maximus. Okay, so this muscle is the gluteus maximus. This part we have covered before, isn't it? And then we have entered here. I'm quickly reviewing the part which is covered before. We have entered here deeper to the gluteus maximus, seen the gluteus medius. This is gluteus medius, and what is this one? This one is the gluteus minimus, isn't it? And similarly, this muscle which we have discussed before, this one is the piriformis. Here you can see all the structures coming out from the greater sciatic foramina into the gluteal region from the pelvic cavity. These structures also we have identified before. Okay, see, these are the superior gluteal vessels. It's running with the nerve, superior gluteal nerve. Okay, and here also inferior, not superior. This one is the inferior gluteal vessel, and this one is the inferior gluteal nerve. Superior you can see, yeah. This one is the superior gluteal nerve. This one part of the superior gluteal nerve you can see here. Since these are lying below the piriformis, so these are the inferior. And this one is the posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh. Okay, and this one is the sciatic nerve. So all these structures we have identified before, and even these small muscles. Okay, see, this is the tricipital tendon. Together we have told. Okay, superior gemellus and obturator internus tendon, and what is this one? Inferior gemellus. These things also we have identified before. And this one, quadratus femoris, this also we have identified before. And sometime we'll even point here what is this structure. Some of you can tell, can you identify this structure? What is this structure which I am pointing? And I'm circling also, see here, what is this structure? Some of you who can give the answer, you can share your answer. What must be this one? Can you identify? No? See here where it is present, see, and what the structures attaching here. On that basis, you can guess. See, it's present laterally. It's present laterally. Okay, and these are the structures. Here you can see obturator internus and gemellus muscle. They are coming here, and even piriformis also coming here into this bone, and even this quadratus femoris also coming here to attach or insert into this bone, or closer part of this bone. So this must be the. This must be the. Can you guess, some of you?
Trochanter.
Yes, trochanter. Good.
Greater.
Good. This is the greater trochanter. Very good. Very properly identified. So this one is the greater trochanter. So like this structure also sometime we can point. So you have to identify these important structures. Okay. So this one is the greater trochanter. You can see it's covering by the fascia and the muscles of the gluteal region. So bony part is not visible, but it's you can say landmark is visible. It's you can say surface mark, okay, is visible here in this region. So in this way we have finished the gluteal region before. Okay, and And the important structure before going into the posterior side of the thigh, this structure is very, very important. Before also I have taught you, this is the pin structure, P-I-N, pin structure. Out of them, the thickest structure, which is present medially itself, among these three structures, is the pudendal nerve. Okay, very, very important. So learn everything about this structure, the pudendal nerve. And the peculiarity of this structure is, see, it is coming out from the greater sciatic foramen, and then it lies dorsal to the ischial spine and the sacrospinous ligament, and enters there into the lesser sciatic foramina. Okay, some of the structures, especially the pudendal nerve and internal pudendal vessels, enter there into the lesser sciatic foramina, whereas this nerve to the obturator internus supplies to the obturator internus, lying very closer to the lesser sciatic foramina. Okay, so this is very important structure here for the sporter. And if we are giving this type of the diagrams, then this is already lifted it up very clearly, and we will point here in this region. Okay, so learn these things properly. After this, come to the today's class portion. Today, already I have mentioned to you, I will discuss the back of the thigh. Okay, structures which are important for the sporter point of the view, lying in the back of thigh. Now I'm going to tell to you. Okay, so here this is back of the thigh. This region is the back of the thigh, below the gluteal region. The region is the back of thigh. See here, till to the which part? Till to the knee joint. Okay, till to the knee joint is the back of the thigh. So all these structures are the structures of the back of the thigh. And in this region, you can see muscles, nerves, and vessels. Okay, so first of all, I'm identifying the muscles which are present here on the lateral side. I'm putting arrow, and you can also participate in discussion with me. Instead of just listening, you can also answer to me, because already all these things you have studied well, isn't it? So what is this structure? One of you, I'll pick up some of the person, then it will be proper. Yes, today Nitesh Kumar Das. Are you there, Nitesh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Could you please find? Could you please identify this structure, the arrowed structure? What is this one? I have kept arrow to one of the muscle. Okay, so what is this one? Can you identify? Before identifying, you can guess this, see it properly, which side it is lying. Okay, and then on that basis you can identify it. Which side means medial side or the lateral side. We are discussing the posterior compartment, means it's in the posterior side, but which side of the posterior side? Medial side or lateral side of the posterior side? Can you tell?
Lateral side.
Which side is this? The point.
Lateral
Lateral
side.
side. Very good. So yes, yes. So what may be this structure? Can you tell in the lateral side which muscle lies there in the posterior side of the thigh?
Biceps femoris.
Very good. This one is the biceps femoris. But which part of the biceps? You have already studied the two parts of the biceps, isn't it? Biceps means two heads are there. So which head is this? Can you identify? What are the two heads? First of all, you have to remember the two heads of the bicep. What are the two
Long
heads
head
of the
and short head.
bicep? Very good, my dear. So which head must be this? Is it looking short or long?
Short.
Very good, very good. So you are in the very good track. So this one is the short head of the biceps. This one is the short head of the bicep. Very good. Okay, well answered. And the person now I'll pick up to answer the another part of the same muscle. I'm picking up. It's very difficult to read this name. Hirumini, are you there? I'm picking up the easiest part of the name. Please do not mind it. Okay, Hirumini, you have disappeared now. Are you there, Hirumini? Hirumini. You have disappeared because I'm asking. If you do like this, then I'll not ask next time on what to do. Okay, please do not disappear. You can listen my class. Okay, And then I'll go to the another person. Chamindi Imalka. Are you there? Chamindi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good, very good, very encouraging. Chamindi, what is this one? Can you say what is this one?
Biceps femoris. Long head
Yes,
of
very good, very good, excellent answer. This one is the long head of the biceps femoris. Very good. This one is the long head. This one is the short head of the biceps femoris. So out of these two heads, any head we may ask in this portal examination, and along with the asking of the structures, there will be the asking of the nerve supply, action. Okay, all these things you have to prepare in this in MCQ to answer the MCQ. Its nerve supply is the femoral nerve, isn't it? And its insertion is here down into the um, leg bone. So which leg bone is it inserted? Some of you can tell. Samindi, if you are listening, then you can also contribute this answer about the insertion of the biceps femoris.
Fibula.
Fibula, very good. Which part of the fibula?
Head of fibula.
Very good, excellent. If you answer like this, you will score the distinction marks in this portal. Very nice. So this is inserted down here into the head of the fibula. Very nice. Okay. So it's nerve supply the femoral nerve. So what will be the maybe the action? Can you guess the action? Chamindi, you only do this. Okay. Biceps you finish. Then for next muscle, I'll select another person. So yes, please.
For the long head, it's the sciatic nerve.
Yes, branch from the, but from the tibial part it is. Okay. What I told before, which nerve I told? Femoral. Is it femoral? I told before.
Sciatic.
Yes,
No, that's not femoral. Okay, that's my tongue slip. It's the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. Yes, good, Samindi. Both are actually supplied by the from the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. Like this, you can answer. Okay, femoral nerve is the nerve out for the front muscles of the front of the thigh. So both the heads supplied by the um, branches from the tibial part of the sciatic nerve. Is it? Is it or not?
sorted by common perineum.
Is it sorted by common peroneal and long head by
Tibial
part of the tibial part of the sciatic nerve? Yes, you are right. Who is this giving answer? Decay? Yes. So this is long head by the tibial part of the common peroneal nerve and sorted by the tibial part of the sciatic nerve and sorted by the common peroneal part of the this one sciatic nerve. And then action, about the action. What is the action? What it may do? It is crossing the joint from the posterior side, so it will do the
Flexion of
yes, yes, flexion of the knee joint. You are right. It will do the flexion of the knee joint. Okay. Yes. So after this, I'll take you into the medial part of the back of the thigh. Okay, medial side of the back of the thigh. So here I'll erase it first, and then I'll go here into the medial part of the back of the thigh without doing more interaction now into the medial part. I'm giving you the answer because we have to complete the other parts of the lower limb also today. So see here, this muscle is semi-tendinous. Okay, see here, inferiorly you can see tendinous part. This muscle is the semi-tendinous, and this part is the semimembranosus. Okay, this muscle is the semimembranosus, and these two muscles are supplied by the tibial component of the sciatic nerve, similar to the long head of the biceps femoris. These two are supplied by the tibial component of the sciatic nerve. Okay, and yeah, after this you can see structure here lying between these two group of the muscle, lateral group and the medial group of the muscle. Sometimes we may point a pin here. So this one is the which structure, can you tell? This one is the tibial nerve. Okay, this structure is the not tibial, yeah. This one is the sciatic nerve. Okay, and here you can see point of the division at the upper angle of the popliteal fossa. It divides into the two branches. See the one which is going straightly downward, this one is the tibial nerve, and the one which is going laterally, see this one is the common peroneal nerve. Easily you can identify this thing. I hope so. All the 100 students, you can identify this thing easily. So this one is the sciatic nerve. Again, I am telling, and here you can see point of division of the sciatic nerve. Okay, and the one which is going straight downward, this one is the tibial nerve, and the one which is going laterally, this one is the common peroneal nerve. Okay, so here I think this part will be here, and the small nerve you can see which is reflected upward. So some of you, can you identify this nerve? Some of you can try it. Okay, can you identify which is reflected upward? Sonam, are you there listening to me? Sonam.
Yes, sir.
Sonam, yes. Could you please identify this nerve? If you identify this nerve, you will score distinction marks in the sport examination. I assure you. So what is this nerve? See here, it's coming from the tibial nerve. See, this one is the tibial nerve. It's originating from the tibial nerve. Only thing is this nerve is reflected upward to show you properly while taking the photo. Otherwise, it will go like this. Okay, I'm showing you the original course of this nerve, which is reflected upward. Okay, so what may be this nerve, which is originated from the tibial nerve and going towards the one of the branch of the common peroneal nerve to communicate with it. And it's the cutaneous branch. Already I have given you this many clues, so now you can guess it. It's not supplying any muscle, it's a cutaneous branch. So which cutaneous nerve is this? Sonam, can you answer? Your phone is shouting now. Oh, okay, Sonam. Huh? Yes, please. What's your answer?
So cutaneous nerve of thigh.
No. Cutaneous nerve of the thigh already we have seen. Okay, posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh we have seen here. It's at the higher level. Okay, here at the lower level. This, yes, good. This is the sural nerve. But while listening the class, switch off your mobile. Huh? So many disturbances will be there if you switch on your mobile. Switch off your mobile. Okay, throw your mobile into the drawer and then listen the class. Okay, after you finish all the classes, then only you switch on your mobile. During the class time, you switch off your mobile. Okay, everyone. Yes, this is the sural nerve. Very good. This one is the sural nerve. This nerve also may be asked. Okay, in the photo. So after this, we have finished all the content of the back of the thigh. I think you can identify everything on the back of the thigh. If any difficulty you are facing still after discussing this much, then you can ask with me. If not difficulty, then we'll go into the other reason. Any difficulty there to identify the structures? Practice for identification now. Later you can read theory also. If you have still some confusion in the tail question, this also you can ask with me. Any confusion? I hope not. Then I'll go into the other part. So here in this part, popliteal fossa is focused. Structures are reflected to show you the structure of the popliteal fossa. So this is the important reason for the sport. Okay, this nerve easily you can identify. Quickly, some of you can give me the name of this nerve. Ishika, are you there? Ishika. Yeah, can you identify this nerve which is erode?
Tibial nerve.
This one is the tibial nerve. Yes, and similarly, what is this nerve which is erode now?
Common peroneal nerve.
Very good, common peroneal nerve. And everyone read the root value of the tibial, common peroneal, and distribution of the nerves and some of the applied part related to this nerve. Because this will be asked in the tail question. First of all, identification, then there will be the tail question. And as already we have discussed, for the common peroneal nerve, you have to always remember the foot drop. Okay, deep peroneal branch of the common peroneal nerve will supply to the anterior muscles of the leg, which are the extensor muscle. If there is damage of this nerve, then there will be the foot drop. Okay, and similarly, superficial branch will supply to the lateral compartment of the leg. Okay, if there is damage to this nerve, then there will be problem with the eversion of the foot, because the lateral compartment muscles are supplying doing the eversion in the of the foot. Okay, so if you remember these parts, it will be enough here. And tibial nerve is a big nerve. After supplying to the all the muscles of the back of the leg, it will go into the sole of the foot to supply all of the structures of the sole of the foot. Okay, these things we will see it later also in the back of the leg as well as in the sole of the foot. And here, now come to here to identify this structure. What is this? Can you identify this one and this one? These two structures you have to identify. These are equally important for your sports. Some of you, can you contribute? I'm writing number 1 here, and I'm writing number 2 here. What is number 1 answer, and what is number 2 answer? Can you say? These are the blood vessels of the popliteal region. So these are the popliteal blood vessels. Number 1 is which one? Number 2 is which one? Can you tell? One is artery, one is vein. So which one is artery? Which one is artery? One is artery, and then 2 is?
One is vein, second is artery.
Good. You're right now. One is vein. Very good. Who have answered this? I have not noticed to you. Can you say, tell your name? Ishika. Yes, good. So number 1 is vein. Even though it is appearing white here, it's the vein. This is the popliteal vein. Do not confuse. Okay. And number two, even though it is appearing little darker than this structure, this one is the artery. Okay. This one is the artery. Here we can see the walls or the lumen of this structure is collapsed. Okay. And here lumen is intact. Okay. Or seeing the relations, also you can identify the structures. So this one is the popliteal vein, and this one is the popliteal artery. Good. So after this, we'll go here into the end part. Same structure which we have discussed in the back of the thigh. Again, you can see here. This one is the semitendinosus, and this one is the semimembranosus. Do not confuse. Sometimes we can ask at the higher level. Again, sometimes we can ask from the lower level. So the tracing of the structures you have to see later. So I'll share all these diagrams, seeing these diagrams. Okay, till to your examination, you have to focus in this structure. You have to review these structures. So this one is the semitendinosus, and this one is the semimembranosus. Okay, and here now I'm pointing the end structure. This structure I'm pointing the end structure. This one is the medial head of the gastrocnemius. I hope everybody can identify this. This one is the medial head of the gastrocnemius, which is cut. Okay, and here laterally, here there is the lateral head of the gastrocnemius. Okay, this one is the lateral head of the gastrocnemius. First of all, like I told before, you have to identify the side of the region, medial side, lateral side. After identifying the side of the region, you can easily identify the structures. Okay, if you mistake the side, then your answer may be the wrong. Okay, if you mistake the side, means if you take this side, or if you assume this side as the lateral side and this side as the medial side, then this head will be the medial head of the gastrocnemius, and this head will be the lateral head of the gastrocnemius. And this muscle will be biceps, and this muscle will be semimembranosus or the semitendinosus. So you have to identify the sides properly. And here and the structure you can see. This is also the possible question for you. I have made one foramen here. Can you identify what is this foramen? Anyone can contribute the answer. Can you identify what is this foramen? If the arrow part is given here and asked to identify the arrowed foramen or the arrowed region or the encircled region, then what you will write? What is this one? Some of you can guess the answer. If you are not guessing, then I'll tell. So I ask, picking up some of the persons. Sudeep Joshi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Would you please tell what is this? What is this encircled area? Sudeep. You can try. You can try, man. You tell wrong also, no problem. Here we are for learning.
Adductor hiatus.
Good. Adductor hiatus. Excellent answer. This one is the adductor hiatus. See here. Now you can easily guess this muscle is the adductor magnus. Okay. This is the posterior view of the adductor magnus. On the lower part of the adductor magnus here, you can see opening, and this one is the adductor hiatus. To the adductor hiatus, femoral artery, femoral vein will continue here into the popliteal region to form the popliteal blood vessels. Actually, vein is going upward. This I think no need to tell to you now. Artery is coming downward. Okay, this one is adductor hiatus. Excellent. After this, come to the anterolateral, anterior and lateral. The anterior compartment of the leg. Okay. In the anterior compartment, again, you have to identify the muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg and the nerve of the anterior compartment of the leg, as well as the blood vessels of the anterior compartment of the leg. So I'm starting from which muscle? Here. Okay, this pointed structure. Okay, then we'll go to the muscle later on. What is this pointed structure? Can you tell, some of you? Here forceps is pointing the structure, and I am also adding here the red ink, red arrow. So what is this structure? Sunny Kurimi, are you there? Sunny.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Could you please identify this structure? What is this one? The arrowed structure. The white structure. It's looking like a thread coming downward. So what may be this? Is it nerve, artery, or vein? What is this? At first you tell me.
Sir, deep peroneal nerve.
Good. Good, Sunny. You are really Sunny. Okay. Yes, this one is the deep peroneal nerve. This one is the deep peroneal nerve. See, it's coming here into the anterior compartment after crossing the lateral compartment of the leg. Okay. To supply the muscles of the anterior compartment of the leg. Okay, so this one is the deep peroneal nerve. Note down everything: root value, its distribution, little bit course, okay, and applied pattern. So already I have mentioned, if this nerve is damaged at the higher level, or if there is damage to the common peroneal nerve before origin of the deep peroneal nerve, and damage before giving branches to the extensor muscles of the leg, then there will be the foot drop. Okay, this is very important applied part related to this nerve. And after this, here, this tendon is very distinct, or this muscle is very distinct, and the person can contribute an answer to identify this structure. See, it's going down here into the dorsum of the foot, and it's divided into the 4 slips of the tendon to supply to the 4 digits of the foot. Okay, so this is the extensor digitorum longus, isn't it? I'm contributing this answer. This one is the extensor digitorum longus. This must be the extensor digitorum longus. And by the side of this muscle, you can see another muscle which is going downward into the hallux. Okay, into the hallux or into the great toe. So this one is the extensor hallucis longus. Okay, so this tendon is the tendon of the extensor hallucis longus. Here, if it is pinned, you can write extensor hallucis longus muscle. Here, if it is pinned, you can write tendon of the extensor hallucis longus. Okay, and at little higher level, tendon is hidden here by this muscle, but here in the lower part, you can see tendon, okay, tipping out towards us. So this muscle here, this one is the now you can contribute. Some of you can contribute. What is this muscle? What is left there in the anterior compartment? The larger muscles.
Tibialis anterior.
Very good, very good. This one is the tibialis anterior. Yes, this one is the tibialis anterior muscle. And after the tibialis anterior muscle, its tendon also you can trace downward. It's going downward here. Okay, and flipping towards us. lying deeper to this tendon. This is the tendon of the extensor hallucis longus. Here I want to tell to you, already we have discussed the attachments. Now I cannot tell the attachments of the everything because of the timing. You read the attachments of these muscles, especially the distal attachments of these muscles are more important. Where they are going, where they are inserting into the foot bones. Okay, please note down these things. Okay, and nerve supply already we have seen. This one is the nerve supplying to all these three muscles. Okay, deep peroneal nerve. And action, what will be the action? What will be the action? You can tell the action. They are the extensor muscles. So it is doing the extension at the which joint? This is the ankle joint. The extension of the ankle joint is known as the dorsiflexion. Flexion of the ankle joint is known as the plantar flexion. So you have to say this word dorsiflexion of the ankle joint. These are the muscles for the dorsiflexion of the ankle joint. Not only this, see they are crossing some of the other foot joints. Okay, so they are also doing the extension of the joints which they are crossing. Okay, they are doing the extension at the which joint? Metatarso or phalangeal joint. Okay, or proximal interphalangeal joint, isn't it? And even the distal interphalangeal joint also. Okay, so these two tendons, but not the tibialis anterior. Tibialis anterior is only doing the dorsiflexion. Yeah, along with this is also doing the inversion. So like this, you have to memorize their typical action, particular action. Okay. After this, now I'll take you into the other compartment here. I think same compartment, but and the structure is still left. Tibialis, tibial blood vessels, and the yes, even nerve also you can see here. So here you can see anterior blood vessel and the nerve. So see here, this is the anterior tibial blood vessels. Both the structures they are lying together here, vein and artery. Okay, and this one is the again the deep peroneal nerve. Okay, coming lying deeper to it, this muscle and appearing here like this. Okay, so this one is the deep peroneal nerve. So before we have counted here on mnemonics, isn't it? We have told Tom, isn't it? Tom, and what is this one? T means what is this one? Tibialis anterior, and then what is next? What is the mnemonics here? Can you remind to me? Tibialis.
Never died.
Oh, you have learned like this. Okay, no problem. That also okay. You can make or create your own mnemonics. But here I'm telling you the name of the tendon. This one is the tibialis anterior. Okay, and this one is the extensor hallucis longus. Okay, and this one is the extensor digitorum longus, and behind this, what is this one? This one is the peroneus tertius. Okay, this muscle is teared, the posterior fibers which are attached there onto the extensor digitorum longus is of the peroneus tertius muscle. Okay, and here in between you can see deep peroneal nerve, and then this one anterior tibial blood vessels. Artery and veins are running together in the same fibrous sheath. Okay, and now after this we'll go here into the lateral compartment is not showed in the slide separately. So from this slide I'll show to you the lateral compartment muscles. You can easily identify these muscles also. So this superficially placed muscle, here you can see this muscle is the peroneus longus, tendon of the peroneus longus, and deeper to this muscle is the tendon of the peroneus brevis. Okay, if you move more anteriorly, this muscle is the fiber of the peroneus tertius. Okay, so this peroneus tertius is counted there in the anterior compartment muscle. Even though it is mentioned the name peroneus, it is going with the extensor digitorum longus muscle. So it is counted there into the entry compartment muscle. In the lateral compartment, we can enumerate these two things. Okay, peroneus longus and peroneus brevis. So here also you can identify, see the tendon. This is the tendon of the peroneus longus, and this one is the tendon of the peroneus brevis. And here, if this point is asked, and this point is the lateral malleolus, which is found by the lower end of the fibula. See here, lower cutaneous surface of the fibula you can see. So this one is the lower cutaneous triangular area of the fibula. It's in the lateral side. So lateral bone of the leg is the fibula. So here, this one is the lower cutaneous area of the fibula. Okay, it's going downward. Here you can see a triangular shape structure, and this one is the lateral malleolus. Okay, it is overwritten, so I'll just erase the things which I have written already and show you the important structure once again, writing separately here. So this one is the lateral malleolus. You can easily identify this. So if this point is asked, then we'll ask which bone will form this. Okay, what are the tendons passing behind this? Okay, like this, we'll ask what are the tendons passing anterior to this. Okay, which joint it will form? You can easily answer, I think so. This will form the which joint? Can you tell? The ankle joint. Okay, it will contribute to form the tibiofibular mortise. Okay, and this tibiofibular mortise will articulate with the talus to form the ankle joint. Like this, you can correlate all the things for your sports examination. The leg, very easy but very important. Here in the posterior compartment, you can see very bulky muscle in the superficial region. So here at first, I'm showing to you again the thing which I have already showed to you. So what is this? Can you identify? Just seeing like this, can you identify which side is this? And which side it is? This is challenging to some of the students. Okay, you have to be again careful here. Which side is this? Can you identify? Lateral side or medial side? This side. Which side is this? Number 1 is which side, and number 2 is which side? Can you guess? Which side means medial side or lateral side? Before see, I have showed you on very clear cut structure that will help you to identify the side of this region, because yeah, in that showed properly so that you can easily identify the side. I can do it, but for your purpose, I'm telling. See here, this part is cut, and this is the continuity of the same diagram. See here, what is this one? This one, what I told, medial head of the gastrocnemius. So the cut part is of the medial head of the gastrocnemius, and same specimen now taken photograph from the lower part. Okay, now you can easily make it out. See, this one is the cut part of the gastrocnemius. So here, this part is the medial side. Number 1 is the medial side. You remember now it. Okay. And if you are no need to go like this, other way also you can identify. Here you can see the semimembranosus muscle. This also will help you to identify the structure. Semimembranosus lies there towards the medial side in the thigh. Similarly, here you can see the tendon of the biceps, which is inserted here into the head of the fibula. Okay, it is lying there into the lateral side of the thigh. Okay, or it is inserted there into the fibula. So this will make the lateral side now. Okay. So many clues you can get. See here, this one is the tendon of the peroneus longus. Okay, peroneus longus lies in the lateral side. So that also you can easily say this one is the lateral side. Okay. If you do not remember the upper continuity of the diagram till here, in the examination there will be no continuity, randomization will be there of the questions, so you may be confused. So during this time, you use all these flows to identify the site. Here you can see, yes, some of the posterior compartment muscles which are going there into the sole of the foot. Okay, So they are going from the medial side, not from the lateral side. So that also you can identify this as the medial side. Okay, so many clues you can use. This is up to you, but the only thing we want is the correct identification. You can explore your answer going into the multiple dimensions. You have this type of freedom of using your mind, but we want correct answer. Okay, you practice in your own way. Okay, now come to here. What are the structures which we can ask in the examination? This one is the gastrocnemius. In the upper part, we have seen the heads of the gastrocnemius. Still, it is visible here. This one is the lateral head. Okay, this one is the lateral head of the gastrocnemius. This one is the medial head of the gastrocnemius, which is cut, and inferiorly they are fused together to form the belly of the gastrocnemius. So this one is the gastrocnemius, and deeper to the gastrocnemius, this one is the soleus. You can easily identify this. This muscle is the soleus, and these two muscles now fuse together before crossing the middle part of the leg and form a triceps surae. Okay, so here triceps surae means these three tendons, medial head, lateral head of the gastrocnemius, and the soleus, together known as the triceps surae. And here you can see the common tendon of the triceps surae. If you go more downward, you can see purely tendinous part. This part is now tendocalcaneus. What is this one? Tendocalcaneus. Okay, at least tendon also you can give the name to this structure. And now here in this view, you can identify another one important structure. This one is the continuity of the tibial nerve. Okay, see here, this one is the tibial nerve. And now I'm taking you into the another structure. Here you can enumerate all the structures which are lying there in the posterior compartment of the leg, deeper to this triceps surae. Okay, so this one is the tibial nerve. This one is tibial nerve. Here it is confusing. You please see it precisely. Confusing as well as important. Sometimes we will select some confusing part to give the more than average level of the question. Okay, a little standard question. We'll select this region also. So this part here, you have to identify. I'm giving the number 1, and this one also you have to identify. Okay, this arrow, this is number 2. Similarly, this one also you have to identify. So if you can identify these 3 tendons or these 3 muscles, even this number 4, already I have told the name of this structure, then it will be more than enough in this compartment. So what is the number 1? Can you identify, some of you? Please give the answer a little faster, so that we can finish all the necessary parts of the lower limb in today's class. So what is the number 1? Can you give the answer, some of you? Can you contribute? Number 1? No contribution. Then I'll tell. I don't want to wait here because time we left is only 13 minutes. So this muscle is this is the flexor compartment, isn't it? Posterior side of the leg is the flexor compartment of the leg. So this is the flexor, and it's going downward here towards the hallux. Isn't it? Towards the hallux. How to identify it's going down here towards the hallux? No clue here. Okay, because it is not cleaned. But seeing its relation here, which you have done before during the dissection time, now you have to remember and identify this structure. Even though it's going medially, here in the leg it lies laterally. Okay, so this one the flexor hallucis longus. This muscle is the flexor hallucis longus. How it will go? I'll show you the course of this tendon. See, from here it will go, or it will run like this. It will cross the other tendon and come towards the medial side like this. Here it is hidden. You have not cleaned this part. Okay, but you have to imagine this. It's going from the deeper side. Already we have seen it, isn't it? In the specimens, you can easily guess it now. So this one is the flexor hallucis longus. Flexor hallucis longus. And here this one is the tibialis posterior. This one is the tibialis posterior. It is inserting here, and this tendon is crossed by the antemuscle tendon. It is going downward, and then later it will split into the 4 slips to go into the 4 digits of the foot. So this muscle is the flexor digitorum longus. This muscle is the flexor digitorum longus. Number 3. Number 2 is the tibialis posterior, and number 1 is the flexor hallucis longus. And here number 4 is the flexor hallucis longus. Number 4 is the nerve. And if you want to add number 5 here, that's okay, you can add. So this one is the Achilles tendon or the tendocalcaneus. And if you want to add number 6 here, this also you can add. So this one is the posterior part of the calcaneus, or you can also say heel bone. Okay. So these are the structures here which you can see. The posterior tibial blood vessel or the artery is not stored here in the upper part, but in the lower part you can see a bit of its remnant. So this one is the posterior tibial blood vessel. We're going to be searching such a small structure to identify in the examination, but these larger structures will be certainly important for your examination. Okay. So after these, joints of the lower limb. In the joints, all the joints are important, which are having the important ligaments. This I am showing to you now one by one. So this joint is the hip joint. How the photograph is taken, you can imagine later on. I am not describing it now. So what is important here? This point only I am telling to you now. Okay. So here, this one is the iliofemoral ligament. Okay, this ligament, voice ligament here, is the iliofemoral ligament. Some part is teared, you cannot see. This one is the iliofemoral ligament. Capsule is teared here. Okay, and after this, here very important. See, you can see the head of the femur. Head of the femur, you can easily identify. I only suspect that you do not write this is the head of the humerus. Sometimes it may be confusing in the photographs. So head of the humerus will show to you in the next week revision class. Okay, so you have to compare how they are appearing, and you should avoid your confusion in the identification. So this one is the head of the femur. In the head of the femur, sometimes we can even put this mark. Okay, this is the fovea capitis. You know, this is the fovea capitis. This provides attachment to a ligament. Okay, this ligament is known as the what is the ligament? You can tell it. What is the ligament? You can contribute it. What is this ligament? Which you can see within the acetabulum also. See here, this is the acetabulum. Okay. This one is the acetabulum. Oh, my circle is not going well, but I hope you can understand. Sometimes while drawing with the ink here in the computer, it will be like this. So this one is the acetabulum, the cup-like structure. Within this, you can see ligamentum teres femoris. So ligament of the head of the femur also you can say. Ligamentum teres femoris also you can say, which is attached here into the fovea capitis, and here into the hip bone it is attached here into the transverse acetabular ligament, isn't it? So this thing you read, okay? And here you can see pad of the pad, which is lying there within the central part of the acetabulum, non-articular part of the acetabulum. And here this is the articular part of the acetabulum. If it is pinned here like this, you can say articular part of the acetabulum. And what's its name? Some name is here. It's having the half moon shaped structure, so you can say lunate. What is its name? Complete name? Can you tell? Lunate fossa, isn't it? Yes, you can say like this. And the very important structure, but here is making confusion. So many arrows I have given, so I want to erase all the other arrows and then show you the particular structure which is important here from the acetabulum. See, this structure is very, very important. See, what is this? You can easily identify this is the acetabular labrum. Acetabular labrum. Isn't it? Acetabular labrum, the fibrocartilage, which increase the, you can say, yes, dimension of this acetabulum for holding the, what is this one? Head of the femur, or the uh, you can say providing the stability of this joint, hip joint. Okay, so these are the structures important from the hip joint. Now come to the knee joint. Knee joint, and the very, very important structure for the support point of the view. Here you can easily identify this is patella, isn't it? And this one is the ligamentum patelli. Okay, you may confuse this is as the ligamentum patelli, but it is not this one. Ligamentum patelli is this one. Okay, and here how it is, you guess it later. Whole day and whole night you can use, and then do your proper guessing. Okay, proper imagination about these diagrams. And this one is the anterior cruciate ligament. This one is the anterior cruciate ligament viewed from the anterior side, so anterior cruciate ligament. And this one, and the arrow I'm keeping, okay, and this one you have to identify now which side it is. This is medial side. Okay, you can guess it from seeing the foot also. This is benefit to you now. Foot is showed here in the diagram, so this is the medial side of the foot. So this ligament is the medial meniscus. Okay, medial meniscus, and this one is the lateral meniscus. Easily you can identify. And this one, if it is pain, now you can easily say this is the medial condyle of the femur, and this one is the lateral condyle of the femur. Okay, these are the structures visible in this diagram. Now I'm taking you into the end the diagram, and the diagram is showing to you this structure very promptly. So this structure very, very important for your examination. It is the lateral side because fibula is there laterally. So this one is the fibular collateral ligament, or lateral collateral ligament, which is having the cord shape, cord-like ligament. Okay, and here already I have mentioned this is ligamentum patelli, isn't it? And this is the patella. Okay, more than this we may not be asking from this diagram. Here you can identify the pinned structure. This pinned structure here, this pinned structure is the lateral, no, not lateral, the medial collateral ligament, or tibial collateral ligament, which is flattened in comparison to the lateral cord-like structure. So this one is the medial collateral ligament. Okay. After this, yes, here we can go. Can you identify this one? You can guess. You can guess. Yes. And what is this one? This is the posterior cruciate ligament. How it is posterior cruciate ligament? You think it now. Okay, this is your homework till the examination. So what is this one? Posterior cruciate ligament. Very, very important. And I'm pointing you and the very, very important muscle in the popliteal fossa. Unlocking the knee, very popular statement in the anatomy. Okay, in the lower limb, especially related to the knee joint. This is the unlocker for the knee. So this unlocker is the, what is the unlocker? What is the key? You can tell quickly.
Popliteus.
Very good, very good. Some of you are enthusiastically hearing to me. It's nice and encouraging to me. So this one is the popliteus. This muscle is the popliteus. Very, very important. Again, for the sporter, because of its significant importance for moving the knee joint. Without this, we cannot move the knee joint. The reason you know how it is. Okay. Okay. Now I think we are reaching towards the end. So this one is the ankle joint. We are trying to show you the ankle joint. So in the ankle joint on ligament, which is placed medially, is important. So this ligament is the deltoid ligament. Okay, we have not photographs more than this of the ankle joint. So this ligament is the deltoid ligament. After this, we have completed. Time also going to complete. Only 2 minutes left. Okay, and now you are seeing the PowerPoint saying have a good day. Yes, you have to have a good day along with the good study. Okay, you do not go away. I have not downloaded the attendance. I'll download the attendance, and then Then if you have any queries, any doubt, you can ask. Okay, if no doubts, then we can say goodbye for today. Any questions? No questions, huh? Our students are super. Yes, they are very talented. Questions hardly we are getting. Okay, goodbye, students. See you in the next class again in the next week.